Okay, hello. Today we're going to talk about some confusing words, especially for people who are learning English. They are words that they start with L and they have either a V ending or an F ending. Live, leaf, life, not love. I'm not going to do love today, but let's talk about different variations of the words live and leave, and then eventually we'll talk about leaf. So there are many words with the L, F, and V sounds in the same word that are very confusing for English learners. Let's explore them in this lesson to clarify. We will look at meaning and pronunciation to get a full understanding because these words all sound very much alike, but they're very different. In this lesson, I will use a bit of Spanish to give extra help to my many Spanish students. Let's start with live, vivir. Live, or this spelling is the same as live with a long I vowel. They're spelled the same, but that means en vivo. Long I, live, not the same as live. I'll explain this in a moment. So live with a short I. When I say short, I mean short like this, and long like this, I. Short I vowel. Live is used with the pronouns I, you, we, they. I live, you live, we live. I live in San Antonio. You live with your parents. We live together. They don't live here. Live. The S form of live is lives, and that's confusing with another word we'll discuss in a second. And it is used with he, she, it, and everyone. These are all singular pronouns, even though everyone sounds like a plural. It follows a singular rule. He lives in an apartment. She lives happily ever after. It, like a pet, lives inside the house. Everyone lives in harmony. That's the S form. This definition of live has a short I vowel, short. But if you say live with a long I, it changes the meaning, like in vivo in Spanish. We saw a live concert last night. The band played live for the fans. Past tense of live is lived, and it's pronounced with one syllable because the E is silent. So don't say livid, one silent, one syllable. Lived. He lived in the city. Okay, now let's change to a different word that sounds the same. We just learned that the S form for live is lives, vive. But if you pronounce lives with a long I vowel, it becomes the plural of life. Lives, vida or vidas. Life, many lives, lives. I love my life in Texas. I'm sorry, I live my life in Texas. Our lives are all precious to God. Now, here's another new word that sounds very similar to live, and many of my students struggle with it because they are using the accent from their first language to pronounce an English word. Oh, okay, we're talking about live. It sounds very much like live. Leave means to exit or go out or away. Salir. It is used with the pronouns I, you, we, they. It's not the S form. The S form is for he, she, it, everyone. I leave my dog inside when I go to work. You leave class when it ends. We leave for school at 7:30. They leave when they get bored. Not bored, bored. The S form for leave is leaves. Just add S. The S form is always used with he, she, it, and everyone. He leaves when he finishes. She leaves if no one shows up. It, like a train or bus, leaves on time. Everyone leaves for work at different times. You can also see some other S forms in these examples. Finish is the non-S form. Finishes is the S form for he, she, it, singular. And then shows, that's the S form for show. I show, you show, but no one shows up. No one or everyone is the same rule as he, she, it, singular. So let's move on. So look at this. The past tense of leave is left, saliste. That means you go out, you go away. It sounds the same as the opposite of right or one of your hands. This is my right hand, this is my left hand. I left the school yesterday. Left and left. They sound the same, spell the same, different meanings. You could also call that a homograph or a homophone. He left the city on a trip. I write with my left hand. The different meanings of leave, leaves, left can be confusing because you can also use it to talk about leaving something behind, like a thing or a person. In Spanish, dejar. The same rules apply with the two pronoun groups, I, you, we, they, and he, she, it, everything, everyone. The S form is for he, she, it. I leave my backpack at home. You leave whatever you don't need. They leave some for the others to share. He leaves money for the kids to eat lunch. She leaves directions for the party. It, like a snail or a leaky bucket, leaves a trail behind it. We left messages in her voicemail. And look at this. Leave can also relate to being bothered by someone who annoys you. Often you use alone or in peace with leave. Will you just leave me alone? After she complained, he left her in peace. They left me alone after I got mad. Here's one more way to use leave, but it relates to trees, not people. A leaf is a single thing. Do I have a picture? Yeah. There's a leaf. A leaf. Leaf on a tree. A leaf is a single thing that falls from the trees in autumn. Hoja. But usually we talk about this in plural, leaves. A leaf floated softly down to the ground. I need a leaf blower for my yard. The leaves are falling this month. I need to rake the leaves because they're piling up now. There are a few other idioms in English that use leave, leaves, and left. But I'll go ahead and leave you with this big lesson of examples for now. So now you try it. Have a good one. Bye.